Hey guys, this is Adam Curry here, and this is going to be part one of my How to Set Up Your RC Car series, specifically for carpet. Today, we're going to be talking about camber link changes and how it'll affect the car on the track. So, starting here in the front, you can see on the associated B84, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 links on the shock tower that we can choose. Outside, change roll center. We either add shims or take away shims. So what this is going to do, essentially in the front end, the lower you run the link, the higher the roll center is going to be on the inside, and that's going to cause the car to create a lot more camber gain on compression. If this link was up higher, basically what will happen is as you compress the wheel, it's going to have less camber change. So it's going to stay more neutral, closer to zero. You can see on my car, specifically the four-wheel drive, it's all the way down and short. That is for maximum camber gain because I personally prefer a lot of steering. So, quick rundown. Lower you run the link in the front, the more camber change you're going to get. It's going to pull more negative whenever the suspension compresses. What that'll do on carpet, it'll give you a lot more steering. If you got a car that just doesn't want to get through the corner, you feel like you're waiting for it to turn, you definitely want to lower that front camber link. Now, on the flip side, if you got a car that just has way too much steering, you're struggling to get it around the track, it's wanting to flip over, you barely touch the wheel and it turns in, you will want to raise that camber link. Basically on carpet, it does seem like the more camber gain you put in the car, the more steering you're going to have, or more grip. Less camber gain, you're going to have less grip. Now on the outside, pretty much on the four-wheel drive, I just run 2mm. I pretty much just change it on the shock tower itself. 2mm seems fine. If it gets extremely grippy, I could lower that down to smooth the car out. Now, option 2 on tuning the camber links is going to be the overall length of the front and rear camber links. So, got 2 holes, either a short hole or the long hole. Basically what that allows you to do, you run the inside hole, you can make the camber link overall longer. What that'll do, that'll take out roll stiffness in the car. So essentially a longer link will make it roll more in the front end, which initially you would think more roll, that'll give me more grip in the front end or more steering. Typically, it doesn't actually add any grip. You'll actually lose grip, essentially. Reason being, the longer you make your front camber link or rear camber link, you will lose camber gain. So the shorter the link is, the more camber gain you'll gain. It'll rotate a lot faster. So shorter link makes it a lot more reactive. Longer link will make it feel a little more lazy. On the rear, so we'll run through the rear. Essentially, the way it works is going to be the same as the front camber link change. Higher up on the shock tower on a four-wheel drive, or the more ball stud washers you run on a two-wheel drive, will lower the roll center. You'll lose rear grip, but it'll rotate a lot faster on power. If it's traction rolling, it's an easy change to do to get rid of grip. Raise the rear camber link up, so that'll free it up. On the outside, just like the front end, the more washers we run here, the higher the roll center is going to be. It'll create more rear grip. Drop that down, and it will take away grip. So just really quick reference. Essentially, if the car has way too much grip, you'll want to run the camber links up to lower the roll center down. If the car needs more grip, you'll want to lower the camber links down on the shock tower, and then the opposite on the outside. So higher roll center, raise the ball stud up on the outside for more grip, lower it down for less grip. That'll do it for this video. I'll work on a part 2. We'll probably go over suspension settings, such as tuning with shock locations. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.